As I cooked the other day, I started thinking about the vegetables I was cooking. I was wondering where they came from. I mean, I know that potatoes grow underground and that corn grow on a cob, but I don't really know. Like, what do these plants look like? How do you know they're ripe? And most of all, who are the people that grow this food?
Hello! We're the ones who grow your food. This is Slaktarens trädgård, so the butcher's garden, and that's because we're in the butcher's district of Gothenburg. So it's the old center for butchering animals and producing meat. We started growing here last year, and it was part of an initiative from the city that wanted to include more food production in the city. So this place is owned by Higab, which is a company owned by the city. And Gothenburg is a very progressive city, and they're really trying to find sustainability projects and to work on becoming more circular and more sustainable as a city. So Higab wanted to find more places where we can grow food in the city, and they own a lot of these really nice old real estate. In collaboration with a small architectural firm called the Footprint Lab, they found an idea how to use this space.
Rebecca and her friends were given this place with a mission to create a commercial garden.
We're an association running this garden. In the beginning we were 3 girls who set it up, and now we're 5 girls this year running it. We're doing this as a hobby, but we're growing food and we're meeting people and discussing all aspects of vegetable growing and gardening. So it's a lot of fun. And we also invite people to actually harvest what they want. So that's how we sell products. We don't run this for profit, but we're trying to pay our expenses here.
Twice a week, the garden is open for anyone who wants to come, and they can pick whatever they want from the garden and buy it. And this connection with the guests is what has made the largest impression on Rebecca.
What really intrigues me about growing things and learning about gardening is, you figure out where food actually comes from, and the shape of the plant that produces that root. And we see that a lot with people coming here to visit as well. I could be standing here like pointing at a plant and saying, that's a carrot. Like, oh really? That's what a carrot looks like? I had no idea. So what happens if I pull it up? Like, yeah, so you'll get a carrot. And they pull it up and still they're surprised to see the carrot actually attached to that plant. So that's really amazing to see. I think it's exactly these types of discussions that is like the biggest value that we bring. I think people in the city have lost the connection with the soil, and a lot of people don't know what plants look like, what it looks like when they're ripe, what to look for when you're trying to harvest. I mean, food is one of the most important things we have, so of course it's important to understand what we eat and how it's produced. And especially, I guess, in this industrialized world, where so much of what we consume, we have no control of how it's produced. So in some way, it's power, owning information and knowing how things are produced. It's been a funny transition for us. So we started out just trying to fulfill our passion for growing things. I didn't really know that much about growing. And in the beginning, we thought we're going to produce food for people in the city. But as things have developed, we've understood that the biggest value we're giving is this discussion and showing people how food is produced and what plants look like, and this circle of life that we're all a part of. So I think that's been a really nice transition. Now I look at this operation more like in a museum or something. It's more the experience of growing and trying to introduce people to that.
As someone who grew up in the city with a minimal connection to the food production, I can relate to what Rebecca is saying. And she has a somewhat radical solution to this issue.
I actually don't really believe in cities as such. I feel that we have this urge for making cities grow, but I don't think there is sustainability in really big cities, because we still have to get all the stuff that we need into the city. So in a way, if we could set up this type of farms, production units, mixed into the city, I think that would make so much more sense. I guess my dream is that more people will find inspiration to maybe grow their own food or start a small farm or something, and that we will have much more access to locally produced food.
I certainly feel inspired to try to grow my own food, or at least try to seek out more locally produced food. Do you?